حي على الفلاح.
أولى لك فأولى ثم أولى لك فأولى أيحسب الإنسان أن يترك سدى. The human being assumed that he's just going to be created, he's going to be left without, just completely ignored, without a purpose. مهملا فلا يكلف ولا يجازي. He's not going to be compensated, he's not going to be made responsible. He's just going to be left just like that. You know, there's two words in the Quran like that: abath and suda. Abath, purposeless. Suda, you're just left alone. Do whatever you want. Do whatever. You're free to do whatever you want. Human beings think they're going to be left like that. Alam yaku nutfatan. What does he think he is? He just, if you wanted to leave someone alone, he could have been left as a fluid. No, wasn't he himself a dirty fluid, nutfa, min mani yumna, from a kind of fluid that is dropped into the womb of a mother? ثُمَّ كَانَ عَلَقَةً. Then he turned into a clot of flesh. فَخَلَقَ. So then Allah created him. فَسَوَّى. And made him into this human being. Next time you see a drop of fluid, and imagine that I was this. Except the one I was is filthy and nobody wants to touch that. That's what I was. And he got created into a fully functional human being, and then he thinks he's just going to be left alone. So much work went into creating you, so much design, so much perfection, so much articulate, every fingertip, so much went into making you, you're just going to be left alone? Is that really how you think? This earth itself is like another womb. You come from one womb to another womb, and you have to be delivered from here to your final home, to your real life. Inna hadaynahu as-sabil. No doubt we guided him to the path. Imma shakiran wa imma kafuran. It's up to him though. Regardless, if he wants to be a grateful person, he wants to be a grateful one, or he wants to be an excessively ungrateful one. Inna a'tadna lil kafirina salasila wa aghlalan wa sa'iran. No doubt about it, we're the ones that have prepared for disbelievers and for the ungrateful chains and fetters. Fetters are these locks that you put around the neck, and they have cuffs, metal cuffs, and chains. So this is the image of a prisoner. wa sa'iran. And fire. Now imagine, fire itself is bad enough. What burns a lot hotter temperatures than human beings? Metals. You got chains on, and they're in the fire. Don't they burn a lot hotter? SubhanAllah. أغلالا وسعيرا. إن الأبرار. He switches the subject. Enough warning. Now it's time to feel better. إن الأبرار. Keep up with what Allah says about the righteous. No doubt the righteous, Allahumma ja'alna min al-abrar, يَشْرَبُونَ مِنْ كَأْسٍ. They're going to be drinking out of cups. Cups that are used for exotic drinks are called ka's. عَيْنًا يَشْرَبُ بِهَا عِبَادُ اللَّهِ. A fluid or this spring of water from which the slaves of Allah are going to be drinking. يُفَجِّرُونَهَا تَفْجِيرًا. They will be causing it to burst out anytime they want inside their homes. There are waterfalls, spots where you want a waterfall to happen in your home, and it's under your control. You just tap and and you just drink the thing, and it's like a faucet, but it's a waterfall faucet. يُفَجِّرُونَهَا تَفْجِيرًا. They're making it burst. مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا. Who is out there? Anyone? مَنِ الَّذِي is enough in Arabic. مَنِ الَّذِي يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ. مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي. هَلْ مِنْ فَرْضٍ. هَلْ هُنَاكَ وَاحِدٍ. Anyone out there? مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ. Anyone out there? Is there anyone at all that is going to give Allah a beautiful loan? A good loan. Allah is good for it. You know when somebody takes money and they say, I'm good for it, bro? What does that mean? I'll pay you back. I'm reliable. Give me a good loan. And hasanan also means you didn't put an end date on it. Like, hey, you better pay me back in 20 days. Qard hasanan is open-ended, whenever you can, right? Now, I don't know if you're the group. I think this came up in Surah At-Tawbah. I'll repeat myself because I have no shame. I'll repeat myself. If your mother came up to you, my mother was here today. If your mother came up to you, and she says to you, Naman, can I borrow $20? I promise I'll pay you back when I can. My mother comes up to me and asks, not if she can have $20. She doesn't say, give me $20. She says, could you please let me borrow $20? I promise I'll pay you back. Urdu mein kehte hain, glass mein doob ke mar jao. Right? Chullu bhar pani mein doob ke mar jao. Right? I would want to commit suicide.
My mother thinks I'm so greedy, I'm so in love with money, that I wouldn't just give her $20, I would what? Lend it to her. And even then I would be reluctant because I'm not so sure if she's good for it. So she has to say, I'll promise I'll pay you back. Is that embarrassing to me or no? That's the most humiliating thing you can hear from your mother. Mom, why are you asking like that? I am yours. I am a part of you. I owe my life to you. Why did I have to scoop to such a low level in my relationship with my mother that she would have to use that kind of language to ask me? How could I have neglected her so much? How could I have been so greedy that she thinks I'm so greedy that the only way she can convince me to give is if she says, it's a loan, I'll pay you back. But I'm not talking about your mother or my mother. Allah is telling me, Allah is telling you, hey, He could just say, give me. Whose is it anyway? And what's in my wallet is not mine. That debit card is tied to an account, and the money in the account isn't mine. He could just give me, it's mine. He could say. He says, you are so greedy now. You think it's yours. And if it's yours, you can loan it, right? This expression isn't just a beautiful expression of infaq fi sabilillah. It is a means of putting the Muslim to shame. How greedy have you become that you have to be given loaning terminology with Allah? Man dhal ladhi, it's supposed to revive in, Ya Allah, no. I give. Qaddan hasanan. I'm ready to give. It's supposed to put our muru'ah, our chivalry, our integrity in Islam to shame, this phrase. That's what it's supposed to do. فَيُضَاعِفَهُ لَهُ. Oh, then He'll multiply it for him. وَلَهُ أَجْرٌ كَرِيمٌ, and he'll have a gracious reward. He'll have a noble reward. يَوْمَ تَرَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ, the day on which you're going to see believing men and believing women. يَسْعَى نُورُهُمْ بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَبِأَيْمَانِهِمْ. Their light will be running forward, like beaming out. يَسْعَى, it'll rush out from right in front of them and on their right hands. So you'll see believing men and women that have light coming out of them, from their chests, from in front of them, and from their right hand. I told you the light of their sincere iman. That iman that Allah revived in the beginning of this surah, that He tried to maintain by making us do infaq. That same iman is going to stick out of our front, and when we spent with our right hand, and we spent what Allah had given us, the light is coming out of our right hand, and these are used as the torches to navigate the darkness of Judgment Day so we can make it to the gates of paradise.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. If you enjoyed this video, please do share it with friends and family. If you want to see more videos from this series, click on the box at the top. If you want to see other videos, click on the box at the bottom. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks.